Well, we're going to go right over to the archery range. Let Mrs. Cruel Dog play with her new toy, her Barnett Lady Crossbow. So, Gray Bear's going to come over on the quad with the target. Take the dogs for a little walk back in the woods. We'll be good to go.
Look how relaxed your mom and dad are.
I know, that's what I said, that's what I'd like to see. Can we see him over there?
Sorta. It's not crashing their foot.
That's Grandpa and Grandpa Cruel Dog, chilling out. Alright, so you're going to put your elbow on your knee, your left elbow on your left knee. Load it up.
Welcome to Nomad Outdoors section on becoming an outdoors woman. Now, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to tell you to invite your significant other, wife, girlfriend up to deer camp, because that's a sacred place for guys. That's where guys do guy stuff and get to unwind. But if you want to get a little bit of extended time in the field, why not teach your significant other how to hunt and get them out into the field? I found out for me the easiest thing that I could do, being that my wife was a little intimidated by the recoil of a firearm and didn't necessarily have the strength to pull back a compound bow or even a long bow or recurve, we decided that a crossbow was going to be our best bet. And I'm not always a big fan of jumping right to the crossbow because I'm kind of really enjoying my bow season without a lot of extra people in the field. But if you can get extra people out there in bow season that don't normally have the opportunity to hunt during bow season, I will go ahead and support it and give it my thumbs up. So this is a little section where we went out and went to a store up north there. Up north there being the Northwoods Wholesale Outlet up in Pinconning, Michigan. It was a great service up there. They had quite a selection of crossbows to look at, and they are a busy store, but once we got some staff to help us out, they gave my wife the opportunity to be able to, you know, see the crossbows that are out there, pick them up, feel the weight. They had a shooting range, and they allowed her to take a couple of test shots down their little range, and we decided on getting us a Barnett crossbow, and of course in camouflage pink with pink arrows or pink bolts. And the wife was pretty happy with it. So the next step and the next phase is to get her accustomed to how to draw and shoot the crossbow, because the one thing that you definitely want to do is make sure that your future hunter is going to be proficient and ethical in the woods. And I think a good bet for us was that crossbow. So a little bit of a learning curve as we get her, you know, behind the sights, how to hold up the crossbow, how to draw it. And for the most part, it worked out pretty good for us, because this did not have an electronic crank and it didn't have a manual crank. You had to draw it back, but it came with a pull string, which is a little bit of a pulley system that makes it a little bit easier to draw back that crossbow. And she seemed to be able to do it fairly well. So, you know, if I get her out in the field and, you know, I'm hunting, you know, my hunting spot out of my tree stand and we got her set up, if she takes a shot and misses, well, she can ultimately load and draw this crossbow on her own. Now, this isn't going to get into a big commentary on what is the best crossbow that's out there. My recommendation is that you take your wife, your girlfriend, to the sporting goods store and see what works for them, see what they like. And if it happens to be camouflage pink with pink arrows, you know, just imagine the extra time that you're going to get in the field without having to hear any grief about, oh, you're always gone out in the woods hunting all the time, or, you know, you're always up north. And so this way, you know, I'm going to get myself probably at least a good couple extra weeks, and when retirement comes along, I'm going to be able to get I'm going to be able to do some traveling across the United States. And, you know, if I don't have a hunting buddy that can go with me, I've got my other hunting buddy and my wife that'll be able to go out with me and keep me company and move through the woods and have somebody to share some good times with. So, guys, you know, don't look down on getting your wives and significant others out into the woods. It's a great thing, and they can enjoy it just as much as you can enjoy it. And there's no better way to start a whole second agenda with your significant other, to have that person spread the word of how good hunting is and what hunting does for the communities and how ethical and good that hunting is. We all love it. We know getting out in the outdoors is a great thing, and why not share it with the person that you share your life with? So we run a couple of sections on here. We're gonna have Mrs. Cruel Dog pulling back the crossbow, showing you how to load it and showing you how to fire it. And, you know, I think it's a good thing. So, you know, hey guys, take the time to get your significant other out there. You know, allow the opportunity to share the great outdoors with the person that you share your life with. There's no better way to go about doing it than getting it out into nature and getting out on a hunt. So we are going to head on along with this video right now and let you guys see, you know, how easy it is to get somebody out into the field, and let you ladies see that it's really not that difficult of a thing to do if you're interested in hunting, to get yourself a crossbow and go out there with your hunting, spend some time in the woods. Well, that's going to about wrap up this episode of Nomad Outdoors. We're going to head ourselves out of the campground. This is a nice little weekend. We did some trail riding. We started that off with our July trail ride episode. And then we had Grandpa Cruel Dog up there. Had my sister up there doing a little bit of camping. Had Gray Bear was up there, and myself and Mrs. Cruel Dog. We're all up in Gladwin, Michigan, doing a little camping at the Sugar Springs Campground. It's a nice little place to go. It's, you know, a good, relatively priced place. The campground is nice. They have nice facilities. So we like to go up there every now and then and get a little bit of modern camping in. So not a bad weekend. Missed the old Jer Bear. Would like to have him on the trail a little bit with his new dirt bike, but that didn't quite work out. I ended up spending a little bit more money buying Mrs. Cruel Dog her Crossbow. Not exactly was in my plan of events, but hey, it was a good service at the Northwoods Wholesale Outlet and a good salesman. Got us to buy that Barnett Crossbow for the little lady so she can get herself out into the woods. So we're going to wrap this all up as we head back downstate to our home grounds. Down south, what I always say, up north is above the rifle shotgun line, and back down home is below the rifle shotgun line. So we will see you all on the next episode of Nomad Outdoors, which I believe is going to start our August trail ride, which should be pretty good. I'm going to have a couple of good aggressive riders on their bikes. Going to get a little bit of GoPro action going on with the helmet cam, and hopefully have some good footage for everybody to watch for the next episode of Nomad Outdoors. Catch you all on the flip side. We are in the middle of nowhere, which is where us nomadians like to go. Not a road within miles. This is a nice spot we're thinking for gun season. Right in that tree right there.